What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video and my kind of final focused video on the Tensor G5, where I really want to get a point across to everybody regarding this processor chip that I feel like, hey, you know what, it's getting some traction. So I mean, I'm not against the fact that people are talking about it, but we do need to make some things clear. So in this video, I am going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to just pretty much point out the highlighted points for people to kind of understand, because yeah, it's becoming a debate, an argument that is infinite. It's just going in circles, and you know what? We just need to address it. So there are a lot of people who passed judgment on the Tensor G5 because they saw the leaked benchmark scores. Now, if you're primarily focused on numbers and scores, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I don't rely on those things because experience, software experience, is my forte. That's where I always primarily focus at when it comes to when I share my thoughts about a smartphone. And it will always be that. Like, to me, it is like 90% software and 10% hardware. You can disagree, that's your choice, and I'm not going to say you're wrong, because what's important to you is what's important to you, and what important to me is what's important to me. That we have to agree on. I'm going to do what I'm going to do. I'm going to buy what I'm going to buy, regardless of what anyone says. I'm going to do it because it's my money and I want it now. No, seriously, it's my money and I'll do whatever I want with it. And that's the same way that I look at all of you guys. It's like, it's your money. You're going to do what you guys want with it. Like, I could be a Pixel fan and tell you till I'm blue in the face, go get a Pixel phone. You'll have the best experience ever, because I have the best experience with the Pixel phone over anything that I've used. But that doesn't mean that you're going to have the same experience as me. I can recognize that. So the Tensor G5 was judged before it even came out, and then it's still judged by those who don't even have it in hand. Like, you got those who got it in hand, and they will tell you about some of the flaws that they found with the Pixel 10 and the Tensor G5, because, you know, they're trying to be honest with you guys. You got a lot of people that really talk about its performance and they haven't even used the phone. And then, you know, when you kind of like go back and forth with them, and then all of a sudden you just hear it, you know, the leaked benchmark scores compared to the 8 Elite. And it's like, oh, okay, so your whole thesis, the premise of your argument is based on numbers that was leaked, yet you never touched the phone and didn't actually use it. Like I have more respect to, you know, creators that's like, hey, I got me the Pixel 10. I used it for like 3 days. I was aggravated with it and I returned it. I have more respect for them because they had it in hand. They used it, and it didn't feel what they wanted out of a smartphone. It didn't feel right to them, so they sent it back. People can cry about why did Google step away from Qualcomm and just decided to find you know, a company to build them processor chips to call their own. And the reason that they did it was two reasons why. One, obviously, is the direction that Qualcomm is going with their processor chips and the way that they design and build their chips are great. It's powerful. We're not taking that away from them. When I say that the Tensor G5 is great for me, I'm not saying that I choose Tensor G5 and that the 8 Elite is garbage. I think people make assumptions like that, and then it causes them to become defensive. And it's not even that. We know the 8 Elite processor is powerful. We know this. Anyone that, you know, messes with tech knows this. And that's not an argument. But what we're saying is, you know, they stepped away from Qualcomm because they have a vision for AI in the future. That's Google's thing, is AI. It's photography and it's AI. And so they are building a processor chip that is like custom for AI specifically, right? Like, it'll handle other basic processes and some games and stuff like that, but primarily it's designed for AI and AI computing, and in the future it's only going to get better. That's why Google stepped away from Qualcomm. See, Samsung's focus was never about AI until people started to care about it, right? Like, Samsung even partnered with Google for a while, right? They helped Google with foldable technology. Google helped with making, you know, the software optimized for foldable technology, as well as access to Gemini. Now that the relationship's split and Samsung is primarily focused and working on their own AI software for their hardware, now they're in the race for it, right? Apple and Apple Intelligence. And while we can compare, how smart these AI computers are, at the end of the day, people have preferences. Some will say, Apple Intelligence is super intelligent. Others will say Gemini is the most dominant. Others will say ChatGPT is more dominant. Some will say, that the future in Galaxy AI is going to blow all these things out of the water. We all make assumptions. We all have our preferences, whatever. But the point is that the Tensor processor, the TensorFlow, all that designed because Google is primarily focused on growing AI. That is absolutely the reason why. Sure, they can put a Snapdragon 8 Elite processor in there, but to me, like, the 8 Elite processor is for like any phone that tends to be powerful, like the Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra. That's a powerful phone, and it's got a lot going for it. Is it primarily focused on AI? No, it's not. It's focused on photography. It's focused on the business savvy person. It's focused on the everyday user. It's focused on the heavy gamer. Tensor, Google Pixel 10, focused on AI, focused on photography. That's it. They're not concerned about gamers. They're not concerned about that. Can you game on it? Yes, I showed a demo video that you can game on it, but that's not their primary focus. The Tensor G5 processor by all means does everything that I want it to do. And I'm not a person that's super heavy into AI. I like it. I like playing around with it. I play around with Gemini Pro on my computer and see what I can build. Executing, command prompts that I want it to do, and it builds me what I want it to build me as far as a web app. I have fun building that as like a fun thing to do, like a hobby, like building one of those model train sets. That's how I play with Gemini on my PC. Eventually, I could probably do something with it that could allow me to run a business, but that's a whole different topic. But everyday use on my phone is like taking photos of my family when we go out, like family dinners or for going to other places. That's what I do with my phone. Facebook, reply to people, comment, thumbs up people's stuff. That's what I do. Watch YouTube videos. That's what I do. So the Tensor G5 processor, can it handle all those things? Abso-freaking-lutely. Does it feel like that it opens 10 seconds slower than a Galaxy S25 Ultra? No, it opens probably as fast as what you would open YouTube on the S25 Ultra or on the iPhone 16 Pro Max. It opens YouTube the same way. It opens Facebook the same way. I mean, it's like we're arguing to see if we can find just the tiniest millisecond difference between them, like as if it's going to destroy the whole social media because it opened just a smidge quicker or slower than the competitor's hardware can do. It's like, get over ourselves, right? For those people who don't even have the phone in hand, just stop making all these these claims, and you have nothing to back up because you haven't even used the phone, so you really don't have no ground to speak on how it's going to perform if you don't even have it in hand. For those people who are just like, I tried it but I don't like it, big props to you guys, because at least you had it in hand to actually say, I used it and I don't like it. And for those people who are defending the Tensor G5, don't go so hard. You don't need to. Like, this is not, a popularity contest where you're going to win favor with Google because you defended the Tensor G5. Like, we've explained it in our videos. If people get it, they get it. And if they don't, they don't. But why lose sleep over it? I'll just say it right now. The Tensor G5 processor is a solid, good processor. Boom. Someone said it.